Hi, beautiful people. Hello, friends. I just wanted to come on air and just share a little message. So, I wanted to share something that happened today. So, I had spoken to my dad this morning, which is something that we normally do once a week. And he came up with this limiting beliefs that I've been struggling with and obviously programmed with throughout my childhood about what is and what isn't possible based on obviously his experience. And I know he means well, and it's probably like that with a lot of people's parents, perhaps, that they give their opinion in regards of what they think is or isn't possible, and they try to give us a practical advice. And yeah, I just right after I actually did a reading that was lasted for 2.5 hours because I was so in a flow, and the person I spoke to, we were so connected, and it just the time just disappeared. And yeah, what I really wanted to talk about is that what I do makes me happy. It really gives me so much joy. And when readings like the one today happen, which is becoming more and more often, when I really connect with the person and their chart, the time just disappears. It just like I feel really like in a flow, and it just makes me so happy and energized. And that's how you know that you actually doing the right thing, that you walk in your path, because the time just disappears. Like the time ceased to exist, and we kind of like enter in different dimension. And that's how I know. So that's why every time that somebody comes to me and tells me about what is or what isn't possible in regards of how I want to live my life and what I want to do for a living, it's just their opinion. And I mean, they mean well, and I appreciate it, because of course everybody is entitled to their opinion, and people most of the time mean well. So I see it as a gift that they want to give, but it's up to me what I'm going to do with it. And I personally been there and done that to get overcome by fear now, and like, yeah, it's all pointless, and let's just go and get 9 to 5 and just live in a job that is secure. What does that mean? What does that mean in this time and age since the pandemic? What does it mean to have a secure job, right? But Anyway, that's really what I wanted to say. Don't allow anyone to tell you what is or what isn't possible, and what you should or shouldn't be doing, and how you should or shouldn't live your life. And this doesn't have to be just in to do with a job or a career. It could be with anything. And yeah, I think for me, it took me all this all this time to actually get to the point where I don't even get affected anymore. Before, it would have made me upset, because obviously it's my parents, and to a certain extent we will always in some way want to be acknowledged and appreciated and seek validation from our families. But I'm my own person. I take responsibility for my choices and consequences of these choices. And I've never felt happier in my life, in regards to what I do. And all the jobs that I've had, they just weren't right for me, and I wasn't happy. I mean, when I worked for the cruise ships, it was better because my schedule was very unpredictable and flexible, and it allowed me to travel the world, which connected with my strong Sagittarius in my chart. And that was good. It lasted for as long as it did, but obviously it wasn't the right thing for me. And then when the pandemic put a stop to all of that, I actually don't have any regrets. I wouldn't want to go back. I could have gone back, but I didn't want to. And I started a completely different path. I got myself into a different direction in life, and I have no regrets. I don't know where it's going to lead. I don't know every single step ahead of me. I don't know the final destination, but I'm enjoying the ride. And we have to be flexible in this time and age. Like, of course, nothing is set in a stone, and we constantly have to keep adjusting our path based on what's happening. But in a core essence, we know when something is right. We know what we want, and we feel when we are in a flow, and when what we do brings us a joy and energizes us rather than takes our energy away, which is something that I experience a lot, and I'm sure many of you do or did as well. especially in the normal jobs that most people do just to pay their bills and to survive, not because they particularly enjoy. And when you come at home and you have no energy and you just don't want to do anything and you just want to have your dinner and watch telly and just numb your brain and just go to sleep and do it all over again the next day. And I'm not saying there is anything wrong with it, there is no judgment, but this is how you know that it's perhaps not the right thing for you. Because if you do what you really love, then time just disappears. It ceases to exist, and it makes you that which you do. Even if you spend many hours doing that and it takes your time, it gives you energy back. And the time doesn't exist anyway. It's not relevant whether you do it for 2 hours or 6 hours, because at the end of that, you feel fulfilled. You feel like you live in your purpose, and that is the difference. And now we are entering the age of Aquarius, where less and less people will be willing to compromise their time just for the money, just to get paid to do jobs that we don't like. And there is a completely different pigeonhole that I can go into with all of this, but I'm just gonna leave it at that, because I wanted to make this just a brief message with my observation and how I am acknowledging how far I have gone, because this kind of conversation in the past would make me feel doubt myself, and it make me feel fearful, and it doesn't anymore, because I know that if we walk our path, if we walk the destiny we came here to live, the way, if you live the life in a way that is meant for us, in a way of self-actualization, we'll be supported. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but there is always a way, and I know there will be a way for me, as there will be a way for many other people once they start doing what they love, and it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. So wherever this journey will take me, whichever path I will embark on, it's worth it. And I'm happy that I have taken the leap of faith, and I recommend it to everyone. I encourage it. Even, nothing lasts forever. So even if this experience doesn't last forever, but it's definitely worth it. It's worth to have this experience. And like I said, every time I did a reading and the time just disappears, and I connect with the client and their charts, and, the client feels validated, and I feel that I've made a difference, that I've helped someone, and that makes so much difference to my life, and it makes what I do worth doing. And it's a completely different sensation from doing a job where it just makes no difference to anyone, really. So anyway, like I said, it doesn't mean that this is the same for everyone, or now all jobs are useless. Absolutely no. As long as it makes you happy and it gives you a sense of fulfillment, and you don't feel like you have no energy to be alive when you come home, then it's all good. But that was not my case for most of my life. And now for the first time in my life, I feel differently when I done what I'm doing. So I'll leave it at this, guys. Another long message that was meant to be short. I wish everybody a good day. Maybe this message helps some people to think and consider the path they're walking on. And if not, then I hope at least it entertained you. Have a great day, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.